on TV versus the Warrior Wasps from Swarm. Once again, we apologize. Our overlays are a little bit wonky this afternoon or tonight, so we don't necessarily have them to be able to provide for you. But both teams coming into this hungry for wins, hungry for victories, hungry to be able to show off their skill set for each other or for you guys. And we've got 4 games to play in representing the rival series.
Yes, I'm trying to go through right now, trying to see some of their stats. Hopefully, I can get a little bit in there. We do have team stats. Oh, we okay, perfect. I like that. We do have some team stats, so let's. I think we'll just jump right into those and see how we're doing. Looking like as seen on TV, the Snuggies are 29 and 27. They could be on that cusp of the possible playoff berth, but the Swarm here, 20 and 36. If I had to guess, unfortunately, I do not have the information in front of me. Not as professional as that you'd like. I apologize, but definitely looks like they're on the cusp. So right now, it seems like the Snuggies probably have a little bit more to play for for them, and the Swarm are trying to pay maybe a little bit of spoiler, but from what I can see, they're pretty. I'm not sure how I would say it. Maybe a defense for SC and TV and an offense for Swarm. So this could be an interesting matchup.
It's like a battle of fire and ice here, you would say. It does look like the Snuggies are represented by Legend, Banana, and Raid, and then the Warrior Wasps are going to be represented by Be Tolerant, Not Whisper, and Moncries. So those players are your rival series players that we have over on our side that have stats accredited for them. Their fourth could be in there and could be represented as well tonight. So fourth men on both sides that we are not able to see, unfortunately. We'll be able to get you guys in the game as well, and hopefully you guys will be able to pop off for us as well. But we got the teams have been notified. We are just waiting for them to come in and load up and be able to start off this game or these 4-game series. I can't hardly speak. That amateur finals was just so exciting, you know.
Especially that last game, that one where both teams had that great rotation, great defense, great offensive pressure. Got to the other side. I think it went back 2 or 3 times before Sherrill was able to take over. So a lot of exciting action. So rival obviously a little bit better. So some of the misses probably won't happen as much, but we're deep into the season, so the mistakes are still going to be amplified. Even though this is not the finals, this is regular season. This is late, so the mistakes are going to be amplified, because if you're looking to make the playoffs, you need to be a little bit more on your game.
Definitely. A rival is quite a few tiers higher than amateur tier is, and because of that, any mistake that happens is probably and likely going to be capitalized on from these 2 teams. It does look like we have an additional player that we have not mentioned yet. So it looks like it is going to be Moncries, Be Tolerant, and Not Whisper, representing the Warrior Wasp, like we had said, but Snuggies being represented by KO, Legend, and Raid. So it looks like, let me go ahead and check just to be sure. So Banana is not being represented here. So it does look like a different starting 3 than we had predicted. We're going to go ahead and get to this first kickoff and kick off the rival action here. KO's going to go up for it relatively early. Gets it off the backboard. Can't get it though. Tolerant in the corner with it. Gets met by Legend. Whisper's going to get up near post, but Moncries at back post is going to be able to turn that one out. Now Raid getting an opportunity here. Relatively open net. A little bit wide. KO shot turns away by Be Tolerant. Whisper's up for it. Gets a touch. A little bit missed touch there. It is a little bit of a ghost hit. Now Raid continuing the pressure here. Gets turned out though. Legend once again continuing this pressure from the blue team. Moncries over there trying to get a save. Does so nicely. Once again, all from the corner by the Legend. Legend making a couple touches there. Be Tolerant though. He's going to be able to turn that one out and get it a great clear for themselves and for their team. KO. He's going to be met, but Not Whisper is quicker. We have a goal opportunity here. It gets slotted up nicely. Unfortunate double commit. It's not going to be able to make that one costly. Whisper meeting it into the midfield. Now Tolerant's going to be able to try to continue that great demo there by the Legend, but Moncries gets a touch there and a great 50 there. It goes off into the corner. Now Whisper putting that one back into the middle. And it's unable to be capitalized on his Raid mistouches, which causes Moncries to misread. Now Whisper trying to put a shot on. And Legend gets a great touch there. Unfortunate center there, and Moncries scores off of it. We got a 1-0 game.
Yeah, you can see that they definitely didn't want that touch right there. Legend really obviously didn't want to center. Definitely wanted to skid it to the other side. Missed touch led to a goal. That's that, again, one of the unfortunate mistakes. And that one right there is one of those, you knew what you wanted to do, just couldn't quite make the play that you wanted.
No, absolutely. And we got another opportunity here, and B Tolerant slots that one away. And the Warrior Wasps are looking strong just past this 1 minute mark.
Nice move right there. I expected the ball to go high, and then he ends up hitting it low, obviously changing the directory, but Kaio definitely looked like they weren't expecting that. And I think that was a calculated play right there. Off a kickoff goal, though, Raid coming back and having the lead from 2-0 to 2-1 with 3:38. And so this is Rocket League. Anything could change. Both cheating. Whisper a little too up close. Good job by Raid.
Yeah, this is cutting their lead in half with that goal. So is their fight to get back into this, and they have done so nicely. Raid gonna try to get another one here, continuing pressure, but Whisper putting off it at the corner. Another great follow-up touch with that corner touch. Great demo there from Raid, breaks the pressure a little bit, but Tolerant right there to continue that. Now gets over Moncrief. Whisper is there for it. KO can't quite get that 50. Legend putting it into the corner. A shot opportunity comes. He's there to really be able to commit to that shot. Raid now going to be in the corner with it. He's going to try to center it for his teammate. We got KO and Legend relatively close. KO puts on the shot, saved by Moncrief. Now we got not Whisper up, but Legend gets a great defensive retreat there, and he's going to be able to turn that one out early. We got Raid once again breaking that one up, sending it to the midfield. B-Tower and a shot coming on. Legend gets a great save. A little bit of double commit action coming on from this blue team, and unfortunately it didn't necessarily go their way, but nothing costly there. Once again, they turn it around onto the orange team, and they're going to be able to continue some pressure here. Try to break this 2-1 lead that the Warrior Wasps had mounted.
Yes, as Legend and KO earlier, Legend had actually accidentally bumped KO for that save, so that was the double commit that you had mentioned. The mistake with a great recovery by Legend. So that's one of the things you notice about as you get into Frontiers, the mistakes, even though a lot of people make them and you can see them, when you recover and you notice it while you're making it, it changes things. So that's another aspect of games. If you're looking to get a little more, don't worry about the mistake you made. Also worry about how to correct it once you've done making it, and trying not to let that spiral out of control. As of right now, Whisper and trying to get that clear, but Raid keeping it in, trying to get somewhat of a center, but nobody there. Kaio keeping it in, and they beat Whisper. They do, but Whisper with a little bit of a defensive fake, back pass, deflection. Raid's going to try to go up, demo by Legend, and that's going to be missed. Raid can't quite get underneath it. Nice try right there. A chance for a tie-in goal, but couldn't do it. Whisper winning that 50. Dangerous sitting in front, but a good defensive play. Kaio keeping it in, pass to Raid, who's going to shoot it off the back wall, hitting to Kaio, and that is going to be a goal, tying it up with 1:18.
You know, they say that the best passes come from missed goals and missed opportunities. That pass was great because it did end up faking out the defender. He did think that the ball was on, and because of that, your teammate was there to be able to back you up, and you're able to get that goal into the back, or that ball into the back of the net. Another opportunity there, but Moncrief's getting that save. Now we got B-Tolerant in the corner with a KO, gets a great 50 there. Another opportunity, Legend with Whisper there with a 50. Now Raid, not Whisper, making a great touch around Raid. B-Tolerant chasing a little bit. Now Moncrief gets a touch. B-Tolerant there once again. Gonna be able to turn that one a little bit out wide. Raid's gonna get it clear towards the midfield. Now Whisper gets a 50 there. And the 50 is gonna go in favor for Moncrief. Now Moncrief gets an opportunity. KO gets a save. Raid and Whisper up for it. Whisper wins it, but it doesn't cost them anything. Now Raid turning it out once again to the midfield. Raid seems to be a standout player for breaking up these plays and trying to mount counterattacks. KO's trying to continue that. Unfortunately, can't make that touch. And Whisper again with another 50. Lots of midfield action going on right now. We got Moncrief up for it in their defensive end. And Raid there trying to get another opportunity for themselves. Gets one touch, can't get the second. His teammate was there. Now we got Whisper turning that one away relatively nicely. We got Legend back. It's a touch to over to the corner. We got B-Tolerant up for it relatively early. It's going to go down, spike down. Do we have extracurriculars? Wide open net. Moncrief sees that one, no problem.
I am a little confused here. I see, unfortunately, I was kind of waiting for Raid to come flying in. I didn't see what happened, why they were kind of late coming back. A nice center there leads to a nice goal late with 6 seconds left. You got to feel a little, I don't know, disheartened. Oh, and a nice and a nice kickoff goal. So not much to be said about that one either. I'm trying to see what happened here. Oh, they just missed it off the second jump. So 4-2, 4 seconds left. That happens.
Yep, nothing to really be too horribly worried about just yet. It does look like one of our players is having a little bit of connection issues. It's Raid to be exact, so we'll see if that comes into play and see if we need a lobby remake or anything like that that they would like to request. But Warrior Wasps are going to take game number 1 of these 4-game set. And Moncrief's coming out dominantly on top. 746 score, 3 goals, 4 saves, 1 assist. That's a cycle. We got 3 shots, and I didn't say it while it happened, but Moncrief's has a hat trick in that game, so throw your hats onto the field for Moncrief's. It does look like we're going to be able to have a lobby remake, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I agree with it.
We have all of our players are now leaving this match. We're going to leave as well. But that last game was definitely something to reflect on. We had a lot of offense coming from both teams, and unfortunately, just mistakes coming from disconnections is what cost both teams a little bit.
Yes, it's now that I've seen that thing, it kind of got a little weird at the end. That kickoff, I mean, yeah, you could probably chalk it up to a possible accident, but things started to get a little weird. Raid at very end, his kickoff as well, completely whiffed. I'm assuming complete. So, yeah, we'll chalk that ending up to a little bit of weirdness. But that game was very, very well played. I think they're evenly matched. Maybe a little bit more offense on the Snuggies side in that particular occasion, which is not their MO. Because I feel like that they had the Warrior Wasps on defense a decent amount of the time, but Warrior Wasps able to capitalize, especially when they needed
to. Yeah, definitely. Snuggies did have a lot of offensive pressure. I would like to add to that as well. They did see relatively comfortable on offense and a little bit more scrambling over there on the defensive end. And that's why Warrior Wasps were able to capitalize on such critical mistakes that were made by the Snuggies. So we'll see if we can get that going again here in game number 2. It looks like we're going to have the same lineups from both teams.
I don't see any weird connection things either.
Connection is definitely sound. We're going to get into kickoff number 1, and remember, you have the first minute of play to call a remake or until the first goal score. The first goal score is going to come early, though. No chance for a remake. And Moncrief is going to slot that one away really, really quickly off of that kickoff.
I'm starting to think that the kickoffs are maybe they're not related to the connections. They're having some troubles on their kickoffs, and this is not the time to have them. Especially late last game, it kind of lost the game for them. And this one right here, they've taken a 1-0 lead to start. So you don't want that momentum as Monkey's getting a center. Raid, who had the connection issues, taking over. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Raid's trying to center this to Kaio, who's going to go up for it. Can't get it. Nice deflection away by Tolerant. Legends getting boost while hitting the ball right to Whisper, who deflects it to the opposite side. Talent turning on it, but Legends going to get over them. Trying to get the ball past Moncrief, does center over Whisper, and Kaio bangs it home. Great series. Great offensive pressure right there by the Snuggies. And that was a decent clinic on how to keep people on their toes. Or their heels, I mean.
Yeah, so, I mean, either or would work there, right? Yeah. But the Snuggies finally have a little bit of relief and finally have a little bit of like stats to be shown for the offensive pressure that they were able to amount so nicely in that last game. But the game is tied at 1 because they did have a little bit of an unfortunate kickoff there early in the game, but they're trying to turn things around and get the lead once again here in game number 2. The Legend can't quite get that touch. Raid again over in the corner where it gets it in the midfield. Legend's going to be back for that one. Gets a great touch over to the corner. Over Moncrief's counterattack inbound. We got Raid up for it. Tolerant's going to be able to make a great save over there to the right corner. Now KO's going to be able to continue this pressure. The Snuggies once again looking relatively comfortable in the end of the Warrior Wasps. Legend's going to try to get a continuation of that pressure. Gets it down. Opportunity comes. KO can't quite make that. Great pass there by Legend, and the pass prior to that by Raid. So lots of passing plays coming out of this offense here. KO going to try to get another opportunity there for themselves. Legend can't quite make that touch, but still Raid's going to be able to react very quickly to that one and get another opportunity there, but center does get turned away, and now Moncrief's over in the corner with it into the blue end, and it's going to get centered down. Raid gets a great touch, and unfortunately the offense can't read that mistake or the mistouch. Raid turning that one back around. Raid, even though was having some connection issues in that first game, came out on top for their team, came out again prominently in this game. Another opportunity there for KO, but not Whisper getting a save. But even still, the blue team is standing strong. Snuggies standing strong against this Warrior Wasp team, who by stats line won last game pretty nicely.
Yes, and also this offensive attack here hit by Ray, a little dangerous, but that hit actually gets it away from, I believe, Talent coming in. Legend with a nice clear. Trying to get back to what I was saying is the offense here, the pressure has been absolutely intense, and it's been crisp. They've been, the passing, that double pass right there earlier that just missed by the attempt by Kaio to score, that was a beautiful, well-rounded play. Very good defense. That actually, I would say, was good defense by them to see that coming, because that was, again, I have to get into it, a great play, but nice bang into the back of the goal here off of Legend's miss hit right into Whisper's breadbasket and slots it front post. Unfortunately, couldn't get that in.
So combined effort by KO and Raid unfortunately put that one into the back of the net on goal territory, but a goal was definitely dangerous regardless of whether it was touched by them or not, so you can't discredit them for anything with that goal. Well placed shot there. Now you got the Warrior Wasps up again, 2-1. Another opportunity coming. B. Tyler gets a 50 there, and it bumped off of Legend, but Whisper's a little bit too close to being able to really commit to that. KO gets a clear downfield. KO's going to continue this pressure. Got a 50 there by not Whisper. Moncrief's once gonna turn it away towards the midfield. Legend there. Gets it around Legend, puts it towards KO. KO gets a great touch over there in the corner. Kind of dies this pressure a little bit, kills the pressure a little bit. Legend putting the pressure off onto the Warrior Wasp side. KO's gonna be able to turn something around for themselves. Moncrief's not the touch they were looking for, but cleaned up by not Whisper. Legend getting another opportunity off the backboard. Can they finish it? Raid's gonna be able to finish it for them instead. They couldn't quite get the read, but the goal does still go in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's that overwhelming pressure. They just keep hitting it towards the back net, and they're a little bit faster right now. So the mistakes are kind of leading to goals for Moncrief's Whisper. We have a Rule 1, sorry. Maybe that wasn't a Rule 1. I'm not 100% sure what happened there, as this leads to a goal. So I got a little distracted by the half Rule 1 that happened in the middle of the field, but Moncrief's with a nice hit off the wall, self-setup. And 12 seconds after that first goal, they retake the lead 3-2 with minute 16 to go.
The angle and the ability to execute it was just perfectly put on there, on display for themselves, and that's going to be a great goal for them. Another opportunity there really early off the kickoff. These kickoff goals, these cheating players have really come into play into these games. But even still, though, the opportunity was missed just a little bit there. The defense was able to make a save there. Now KO's going to try to put their team back into a position to tie it. Do have offensive pressure now. Legend's going to continue it in the corner. Moncrief gets a decent spawn there to be able to break that one up off the demo. The Raid now can't quite make their touch. Another missed opportunity there, missed touch there. We got KO trying to get another center. Does so nicely. Ceiling pinch, but not Whisper's going to be able to read that one nicely. Legend waiting back once again. That defensive unsung hero. He's going to be able to turn that one away to the corner. KO once again putting it to the corner. Lots of corner action here coming on. Moncrief's now in it. We got Raid putting it back in towards this left corner. Be Tolerant trying to get a center out towards their teammate. Now KO turning that one away. Whisper with a 50. Legend going to be able to turn that one out towards the midfield this time. Can't quite make the touch there was Moncrief, but Tolerant puts that one in for Moncrief. Moncrief gets a nice center there. KO gets a great 50. Legend could have an opportunity here. Can they execute here? Final seconds ticking down on the clock. We got extracurriculars. And the ball does touch the ground, and Warrior Wasp take game at number 2. And they now lead 2-0.
That was an excellent ending right there, even though it could have been a little bit more exciting. He had a chance to have an open goal, and then that center, somebody was a little bit more aggressive. Well, I'm not sure if aggressive. If somebody was sitting in front of goal right there, that could have been a game-tying, overtime starting goal. So Warrior Wasps, while they have had some great games, taking advantage of what I think are some just some mistakes by the Snuggies, because I think the Snuggies have had some crazy offense, as you can tell by the shots, just not hammering it home. And if they can get things to click, they could easily even the series 2-2, especially if they win the next game, of course.
Definitely. The pressure has mounted against the Snuggies. The momentum is in favor of the Warrior Wasps. The Snuggies were kind of met with misfortune in that first game. The second game, though, played very nicely by themselves. But unfortunately, they weren't able to come away with that win. But leading up into game number 3, they have played solid Rocket League, and I'm sure that they will continue to play solid Rocket League because even with the connection issues, they were playing good, hard-fought games. And now with a sound server, they are playing even better. So I'm hoping for Snuggies' sake and for Stream's sake, we see more of the Snuggies on the offensive end, more so than we have been with them finding the back of the net. And they're both teams sticking with the same roster. Warrior Wasps still playing solid. And they're going to go with Be Tolerant, Monkeys, and Whisper again. If it's a combination that works, why fix it? I'm completely for that mindset. We're going to get into things with the first kickoff of game number 3. Remember, this is not like the amateur series. We have 4 games to play front to back. It does not matter the scoreline. It could be a sweep 4-0. It could be a 2-2. Who's to say? But I'm hoping for a 2-2. I'm hoping for exciting Rocket League, whatever the scoreline. And we got the Warrior Wasps going to be able to turn that one out off of the pressure. And Raid's going to be back for it. It does miss the target. Not Whisper's going to try to get a 50. And can't quite get it. KO gets an opportunity there. Skies it over to the right near Monkeys. Another beneficial spawn for them off of a demo. Whisper's going to be able to demo Legend there. We got a little bit of action here in the corner. We got Legend coming back into it. Be Tolerant. It's going to be 2 blue players. Now they're left scrambling back onto the defense. KO is going to be able to try to make a touch there. Can't quite get it, but Legend clears that one away towards the midfield. Legend just has to beat one. Does so, but can't quite get it on target. Now we got Raid over in the right side of it. Not Whisper's going to be able to turn that one out. Gets a 50 there with KO. Dangerous little opportunity there coming for the Snuggies, but unfortunately does not find itself in the back of the net or as a pass. Got a lot of action going on in the corner. Once again, we got an opportunity from Tolerant. It gets turned away once again by Raid. Raid and Legend standing out prominently as defensive players and really just all well-rounded players on this Snuggies team. But the scorelines have said otherwise, but they're trying to turn that around for themselves into this game. And an opportunity comes, but it gets turned away. We'll see how things develop as this game goes on.
Yes, Legend's taking this corner boost and trying to center it. It gets over Moncrief, but just able to get a touch on that as KO came barreling down, couldn't get the dunk for KO. That ball's going to get in the blue corner, and so far this game has been a little bit more of these two teams have understood each other because they played the first 2 games. And as well, the first 2 games were close, so you know these games are going to be close as well. So nobody's trying to give up that inch. Nobody's trying to give up that first goal, especially the Snuggies. They gave up some kickoff goals, and you can tell that those are the ones you want back, and those are the ones that seem fluky. So this 0-0 game, even though I've kind of figured it'd probably be a goal by now, this seems a little bit more up the alley as opposed to the what we saw before. This is a nice front post shot by Kaio, who ends up demoing the back person, but Whisper with a nice deflection. So that's going to give Monkeys time to get back. Kaio with a deflection. It's going to go over Monkeys' head. Raid's going to try to take it. Gets it in front of Monkeys, and a great touch by Raid, who definitely doesn't want to end this game with a loss. Good job right there.
And who else from the Snuggies other than Raid to be able to start off this attack? Raid has been all over the place. Like I mentioned in this last game, Raid has found his connection, and he's running with it. Because of that, now they lead. So Snuggies off of the kickoff. Once again, going to take possession of this. Another opportunity. KO can't quite make that touch. Raid, are you there for it? You are, and it's in the back of the net. 2-0 from Raid.
That's got to be faking. I look at that instant replay. I think Kaio did that on purpose. I really think that Kaio came in and definitely didn't think that they were going to get the hit they were going to get, they were hoping to get, but easily leaves it for Raid, who slots it home. So like you said, Raid's been all over the place. You gotta watch where they are at all times, and they've been in the right spots and made the right plays. So giving them props. And if you're Moncrief and Whisper always keep an eye on where they are at all times.
No, definitely. And sometimes the best touch is no touch, just to get that defenseman to really commit to the ball and let your second man be able to finish that attack and put it away for yourselves to be able to generate some sort of pressure here. Now the pressure coming the way of the Snuggies. Tyler gets a great flick over the defenseman, and now it's 2-1.
Tolerant was like, I'm not gonna be tolerant anymore of the fact that we are losing and didn't have a goal. So they definitely cut that in half with a minute 40. And I actually expected a pass on the back wall, and they were, no, not going to pass it. I'm going to take this all myself. We're going to call my name once or twice. No, don't get me. Okay, go ahead, please.
It's looking a little bit, once again, a little bit wonky here on the kickoff side of things for the Snuggies, as it does get capitalized off of from Whisper. Because of that costly kickoff, it is 2-2, and the Warrior Wasps are right back in it. So once again, down but not out. They prove it time and time again, both in the amateur tier and here. Everybody's willing to fight for each and every game, and that's just great Rocket League to watch, great Rocket League to be able to cast and stream. So I'm here for every minute of it. Now we got Tolerant off of the wall for it, getting a shot, but Raid gets a great save. Raid now continuing to get over towards the midfield. Gets a demo on Whisper. That was crucial. Can try to continue this pressure. Goes off the back wall. Can they finish it? It was off of the ledge and then off of the defenseman, and KO finishes that one. I'm not sure who the defenseman was off of the top of my head. It looks like it is going to be not Whisper who gets it off of the post. It was going out, but KO gets a great read to be able to find that one into the net.
Good aggression, too, because I think KO, if I'm not mistaken, was kind of made a little bit of a gutsy play. His Legend and Raid were still sort of deep in, but you got to sometimes you just go for it. You see what you see and throw that car out there, and I love that sometimes. Just, demo by Legend in the midfield. Kaio's going to hit it towards Raid. We're going to see if we're going to have a little bit of a pass here. Whisper is actually in the opposite zone. Tolerant did not get the hit they wanted, but Moncrief with good patience keeping it away. It's under a minute here, under 50 seconds here. Kaio hitting to the opposite side with Legend going up. Getting a touch that is actually on goal, but no danger. Whisper and Moncrief, they kind of scared a little bit there. A little bit of a 50-50 center. Kaio keeping it in. This offensive pressure is keeping them on their toes here. Raid keeping it away from Whisper, but Whisper's going to keep it in. Kaio is trying to make a play. Great deflection with under 30 seconds here. Raid winning this one, flicking it up to Legend, who's going to try to get a shot on goal. Does great pass, almost gets a double tap off of a save. Tolerant coming back down. Can get in front of Kaio? Can't. Moncrief's trying to get it on goal. Hits off of Raid's car and ties it up. That is one of those unfortunate hits right there.
Yeah, once again, it's one of those things where you're already so committed to it, you can't make an adjustment, and because of that, the ball just finds its way into the back of the net because it bounced so perfectly. So you can't really discredit the defense there. You can't discredit Raid there for trying to make a play where he thought a play was not going to be made. But we got a tie game, and now the game has been broken by KO. I was not expecting that out of KO of all players, but because of that, they're playing really, really hot right now. And 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 saves. They're trying to end this in regulation time. Still got 2 seconds and 1 more kickoff at least to get through to be able to say that this one is called. But it looks like your Snuggies have found their bounce back, and they're in this one nicely. Legend's going to solidify it. Whisper's going to get that one away. And KO is going to try to continue this pressure here from the Snuggies. Got KO once again. It's going to touch down. Yes, it is going to meet the ground. And the Snuggies fight back for a great win over the Warrior Wasps.
Yeah, what a great ending. A little bit of what kind of felt disheartening, but this is Rocket League, and this is the kickoff goals. Unfortunately, Snuggies have been the ones that give up most of them, but I'm going to count that last one as a kickoff goal because that happened way too quick. And I think, how many seconds was it approximately, to be honest? 10?
It was roughly 10, 12 seconds before the next goal went in the back of the net.
I'm going to call that a kickoff goal, especially since that the ball didn't go anywhere else. So the story of the series so far, kickoff goals have been leading to some of those late, I'm going to call them lazy goals, because you probably shouldn't lead to those. But hey, we got another game to go. 6 saves by Whisper, 5 shots by Tolerant. The stat line has been absolutely crazy when I'm looking at it.
No, they've been all over the place. I mean, both teams rather have been on both sides of the field. Obviously, But look at the 6 saves from Whispers. It's going to speak
Mm.
volumes on the pressure that the Snuggies are really amounting. I mean, they have 12 shots. Uh, Most of those, I believe it was 4 of those, did not have saves accredited for them. But that doesn't mean that they're not on target or they're not necessarily being like saved. They're just being passed, and a lot of those shots were coming for passes that were looking for another player that was broken up by a Warrior Wasp player. So great offensive prowess coming from the Snuggies in that last game. We were touching on it in games number 1 and game number 2, um, and they were able to execute it very nicely in game number 3, which brought them that win.
Yeah, so this is game 4, 1-2 series. Snuggies are trying to make this an even series. I don't know how that's going to be for them. I'm not even sure if they're in the playoffs, but it doesn't matter. I feel like right now you're definitely playing for a little bit of the pride, both teams, and they should be a little bit prideful. This has actually been some pretty fun Rocket League. Nice little play by Legend. Great turn away by Tolerant. So both teams right here, they're not making crazy mistakes. They're not out of position. They're pretty disciplined. Most of their goals have been off of the kickoff, so I did say they're not crazy mistakes, but I do kind of feel like kickoff goals are a little bit of crazy mistakes, but some of it's connection issues. But nice little touch here by Kaio. I didn't expect that to go in. Nice little break in the action.
Kyle was able to turn around really quickly and get that cut around Munkrease, the defenseman, and it finds itself into the back of the net, down in that bottom left corner. And they're now up. Snuggies up once again early in game number 4. They were up early in game number 3. So it looks like when they strike first, they are definitely a different team to be reckoned with. And they're going to try to prove that again here in game number 4. On the opposite side of the field now, they're trying to turn it around. The Snuggies raid on that one. Going to put it off the back wall. Anybody else left there to make it now? Legend's going to turn that one back in. Legend over in the corner with it. Raid now with it. Can't quite get that read. Now Tyler's turning that one away. Kaio rather, sorry. Goes up, gets a touch towards Munkrease. The great demo play coming from Tyler. Can they get it in the back of the net? Unfortunately, they cannot. Great defensive play there from the Snuggies, and because of that, Warrior Wasp still have yet to score a goal. A little bit of miscommunication there was what cost them, I believe. Another opportunity coming. Could this one find the way in the back of the net? No, Munkrease stood tall there. Able to get that one away. Wasn't too pressing, wasn't too quick, and they were able to just take their time and get that solid touch away from the attacking players. Now KO just gonna get met with a 50 from not Whisper. Now Legend turning that one out. Great save and credit for it. Monkeys once again now Raid over in the corner with it, trying to get a counter attack mounted. They got a demo with it. KO trying to get a 50 over there with Whisper. Does so nicely. Now Monkeys gets another touch. Raid's left alone. Gets a solid touch over towards the corner. The ball goes towards the corner of the net. We got Raid trying to turn it around once again. Not Whisper over there getting a touch. Raid once more. Or KO, sorry. They can't quite get it. It's over the back of the net. No way they were able to turn that one out. Munkrease getting that great save. Now Tyler's going to be able to clear this one out. And you guys can breathe, Warrior Wasps. You've got no pressure right now. Goodness, that was a great turnout.
I'll breathe now, too. That got me thinking right there. That ball was probably 75% in, and then almost again off of the deflection, hitting off the side, hitting off the bar. So words are starting to get. I think I see a rule 1 here by Legend and Munkrease. So we've got a 2v2. Kaio hitting it towards goal. Is this going to be a 2-0 lead? They do have it. And that rule 1 can throw things off once it gets hit on the field.
The adjustment you need to make from a 3v3 to a 2v2 mindset is definitely costly sometimes, and you see it right there. Props to both players for being able to have a little bit of fun with the game, being able to commit to that unwritten rule. And because of it, though, a goal does strike at the back of the net for the Snuggies. They're trying to get another one here. Legend tries to get that one away in the midfield, but Tyler gets it around him. It's not going to get rewarded, though. Kaio's going to break that early. And another one finds the back of the net from Raid. A great pass there from Kaio. Going to be able to turn that one in. Look, it just goes. Very nice touch there. Lightly to Raid. Lots of communication to make that one happen, and great passing play comes of it.
And very nice touch at the end, too, because that ball didn't get I think get Cameron Hardens there. It was actually a really nice touch, and it looked like it hit off both the front bumper and the wheels. So, great play by Raid, and Raid all over the place this entire series. If there's a MVP of the series, I'm going to call Raid right now, but just because we've called the name plenty of times, and there's a reason for it. We've called the name plenty of times. Defense, offense, a little bit of assists here. So there, even the defense right there. Whisper had a great opportunity here. Legend's going to try to kick it in. Whisper's going to try to beat that one. Nice flick away by Whisper. But little bit there's not enough in the tank right here for them. Moncrief's making a little bit of a jump. This gets hit towards Kai, who's going to go up for it, try to double tap it off back wall. But Tolerant's going to kid it away. Minute to go, 3-0. The odds are against the Warrior Wasp, but they are Warriors. They have a chance still. Don't think any differently. Moncrief's hitting it towards Legend. That's going to be hit towards Kai, who actually going to deflect it towards their own goal. Raid's going to get it away. Right to Whisper, who's going to get another, but Raid's there again. And I feel like I call Raid a little too many times.
I mean, it's hard not to when you're all over the field making plays, and unfortunately a play doesn't happen there from the Snuggies, and Tolerant finds the back of the net. Now Tolerant sets themselves up to try to mount a comeback with 34 seconds left in the game. Warrior Wasps are trying to take the series 3-1. The Snuggies just trying to tie it up at 2-2, but the Snuggies still have a comfortable 2-goal lead going into these final 30 seconds or so. But these kickoffs is what been costing them, and we see it time and time again. So a little bit on the edge here, and I'm on the edge of my seat here as they do go into kickoffs, and they do go against this Warrior Wasp team on those. But final seconds now, getting into it, and Moncrief's going to try to turn this one away early, trying to make another kickoff happen as they find the back of the net, knowing they're not going to be able to create an opportunity. They're just going to play time here. Great pass back to KO, and that might be all she wrote for game number 4.
I agree that Tolerance mishit. You definitely can know that they did not want to hit it right there. I'm pretty sure either into the corner or off the wall in hopes that the teammate was there. That actually just got super centered. We'll call it a super center like Walmart has, and lands it right into the breadbasket of the Snuggies, and they took advantage. Kyle with another one. No, couldn't quite get it. Hits the ground. 4-1 game win with a 2-2 series tie.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle has surprised me. We talk about Raid with his ability to be offensive and defensive. We talked about Legend with his ability to be always back, playing that safe third man, that good quality third man role. But Kyle came out of nowhere in these past couple games and really surprised me. So, tip of the cap for that. You came out with a hat trick in there, so I'm going to throw that cap onto the field for you. And a cycle in that game too. So honestly, KO definitely well played series. Raid well played all around. You had Moncrief's over on the opposite side of the field making plays. He had a hat trick at some point in this series as well. So very, very good, solid, quality games coming out of the rival tiers tonight.
Yes, this was a very good 2-2 tie. Swarm putting it all out there in the first 2 games, but the Snuggies coming right back and able to, I would say, really dominate the last 2 games. Where Wasps were able to take advantage of some mistakes. Kickoff goals, in my opinion, were massive in the first 3 games, but the Snuggies were able to take advantage or overcome the fact that they only gave up 1 kickoff goal in game 3. Then I don't think any in game 4, and kind of seems to me that kind of threw them off.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that as well. The kickoff mistakes definitely were harped on a little bit, and they were worked on a little bit, at least mentally, throughout that series. And that once